Today is the first day of March 2023, which means two different things. One, new MMOs are going to be available in some capacity. Alpha tests, beta tests, early access. Two, old previously shut down MMOs are going to be releasing once again, trying to milk players for every cent that they possibly can. February had a couple of different notable releases. Tarisland in China, Fractured, well, again, the Adventurers Domain Online, which Mrs. Sticks covered in extensive detail. But with the new month already here, I'm sure you're all wondering to yourself, what new exciting MMOs await me? What new journey can I begin? And even more than that, how can the MMO genre go ahead and disappoint me again this month? And that's what we're here today to find out. With this in mind, if you enjoy staying up to date with what's releasing and more specifically this series, make sure to like the video, leave a comment telling me what MMO you are most looking forward to this year, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification. Oh, and make sure to check out the last episode in this series at the end of the video in case you missed something. Before we go ahead and jump into this video, I want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. Your guys' support allows for me to continue to push out regular videos like this every other day, and I cannot put into words how much I appreciate it. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch. I stream there every single weekend. Now let's go ahead, jump in, and see if we can't find something to waste some time in this month. On February 21st, 2021, a little over 2 years ago, actually, GameGo shut down Eden Eternal. I couldn't believe it. Eden Eternal was arguably one of X Legend's best anime MMOs. Better than Twin Saga, better than Aura Kingdom, both more recent titles as well. Fast forward to February 24, 2023, X Legend has decided to re-release and publish Eden Eternal themselves throughout the world. You can register for the game via their official website right now and hopefully relive your journey throughout a world that we thought would be gone forever soon. For those of you that are unaware of what Eden Eternal was, I believe it to be one of the few higher quality anime MMOs of its time. Very fast, very fluid tap target combat, an extensive class system, a large world to explore. Truly a marvel that GameGo opted to shut this down and keep inferior games up in its place. Wars of PRASIA is a brand new South Korean cross-platform MMORPG. And I know what you're thinking, wait, cross-platform? So what you're saying is mobile trash. And yeah, you know what, more likely than not, this very well could end up being mobile trash ported to PC in an attempt to milk the naive, thirsty PC market. Given this is also Nexon that we're talking about here, it doesn't leave a lot of hope, but you know what, nevertheless, just because it is Nexon does not mean that we should completely disregard it. They once created very solid titles in the form of Maple Story, Mabinogi, Vindictus, and could very well return to form. Or, at the very least, create something fun to waste a couple weeks in while waiting for Throne and Liberty or Blue Protocol later this year. I'll do a deep dive into what Wars of PRASIA is in the next week or two, but Nexon are claiming that the game will feature real-time, large-scale PvP wars that are active 24/7. That is all day, every day, as the main focus of the game, with immersive storytelling. Wars of PRASIA will be available to play in Korea this month, with a global release confirmed for sometime in the future. Pre-registrations are currently available for players that are interested. Back in December 2022, GameGo confirmed that they would be releasing, publishing, and distribution rights for a multitude of different MMOs, signaling the decline and potential ruin of the company. One such game was Grand FANTASIA. Grand FANTASIA is also developed by X Legend, the same studio as Eden Eternal. And while I believe Grand FANTASIA to be highly inferior to Eden Eternal, Grand FANTASIA still had its place. Nevertheless, GameGo confirmed that they would be shutting the game down and giving over publishing rights to X Legend, which is where problems began to arise. Grand FANTASIA was taken down repeatedly, with no sign of when the game would come back up until recently, when X Legend finalized the transfer of all data. While still in a very broken state, Grand FANTASIA is semi-open and available in a new form, published globally by X Legend, the developer themselves now, which could signal a whole new life ahead, or even further ruin, who knows. As of March 1st, theoretically, Blue Protocol will have its benchmark tool released to the public, allowing players to mess around in the character creation, albeit creating will be limited exclusively to the Blade Warden class. This is likely due to the fact that you can freely change your class at any point in the game, so it is unnecessary to include additional classes for the benchmark when classes and genders aren't limited. Additionally, players will be able to export their final character over to the official version of the game once it launches. The scheduled Japanese network test is expected to take place around mid-March, allowing players with beta access into the game before it releases in Japan in the next few months, and globally later this year. I don't know how many of you remember Closers Online. It was a horizontal, side-scrolling action MMO that released several years ago, kind of like Maple Story or Dungeon Fighter Online, and admittedly each year continued to decline further into obscurity, which ended a couple weeks ago when the studio announced they were approaching a release for their upcoming sequel to Closers titled Closers RT New Order. Supposedly, players will take control of a different group of closers, although it is unconfirmed how exactly it will be related to its predecessor. Looking at the character models though, wow, I can't wait. And while admittedly, I'm unable to confirm if the game will have a playable release this month, you can navigate on over to their website in Korean and register in anticipation. This is the only game in this video with an unconfirmed March release date, but I feel like you guys just had to be aware of its pending arrival. Much like Grand Fantasia, Aura Kingdom suffered the same fate. Went down for a period of time, suffered a significant number of issues, barely came back online, and now it is under the direct control of X Legend. Again, with a new publisher comes a new chance at life. Given how predatory Gamigo is, this could give Aura Kingdom the chance that it needs its survival. But given how greedy Korean studios are, they might have been the lesser of two evils. I guess only time will tell. And that's everything. All of the MMOs slated to release either fully or into some form of test phase in the month of March 2023. At least that I'm aware of. I probably missed one or two, that's bound to happen with more obscure titles. Nevertheless, these are the main games that I've been following. This isn't all there is to look forward to though, because if none of these games look like games you'd be interested in, I urge you to go ahead and check one of these two videos that are on screen right now. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll enjoy. Trust me, we have a very promising looking year coming.